The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning from TFNN. Welcome to the May 4th Magical Monday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. Graduation, commencement services over at the University of Florida. How cool to see your youngest graduate with high honors there. So congratulations to Kale for that. Hey, I had a wonderful weekend. I absolutely hope you did as well. Thanks so much for joining me here this morning. You know, the easiest way to make sure that we stay on track is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I, we make that one little 2x4 shift out there, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. That's what these markets do all day long, depending on the time frame that you're trading. It's up to you and I to go identify what the market's tossing at us, figure out whether it's bullish or bearish out there. Sometimes it's even neutral, and then go from there. I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here today. I'm absolutely here to serve you as well. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial in at 877-927-6648. Might help to have another set of eyes on something you're looking at. Might help to have another set of eyes on something I'm looking at, so you might have a differing view, and I would love to hear that. This is, of course, Magnificent Monday, none other than Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now we got Dow futures up 50 points. They're trading out at 17,984. S&P futures up 5 1/4. They're trading at 2107. NASDAQ up 11 points, trading at 44.79. Russell up a couple points. U.S. dollar index back 7 pennies. She's trading out at 95.36. Gold is up $16. Did I hear the howling at the moon? Do we have a full moon initiation move inside of Goldilocks? We very well may. It's up $16 right now, trading at $11.90.60. Silver's up 54 cents. It's up 3.5%. So we're going to go take a look at those shiny metals out there. How about Texas Gold, black tea Texas Gold, right? Isn't that the Beverly Hillbillies? Up 16 cents, trade out at 59.31. Natural gas up just slightly this morning. Let's take a quick peek across the globe out here. I believe all markets open last night. Let's start over in Asia. What do we have going on in Asia? You had the Shanghai up 40 points, about 0.9%. What do we know about the Shanghai? The Shanghai traded above its 0.618 retracement level after making a huge move, long-term 0.618 retracement level. 46.42 is that number, closing at 46.94. No reversals out here, just simply moving sideways, working off some of that overbought condition. But price is going to head up to the 54.28 level. That's what's going on over at the Shanghai. If we take a look at what's going on in the Hang Seng out here, the Hang Seng down 9 points. So a flat market out there basically means nothing. Nothing to you, nothing to I. What it says is that price still wants to head up into that 28.821 level. It's 1 to 2. A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. If we take a look at the Nikkei, what did it do last night? Up 11 points. No big deal. Flat market out there. Now, in the case of the Nikkei, came down fairly hard on Friday. Yesterday's candle actually is a hammer candle out here inside of the Nikkei. This is just really, considering this had gotten to, and it looks like to me very close to like a 3-drive pattern out here. It doesn't look like it's right with regard to the time, slot. What I mean by that is if we take a look at one of those 3-drive patterns, you can't force them. If you force patterns out there, then then you could force anything. Then what good is pattern recognition if you're going to try to force something? If we take a look at the first drive, potentially inside that pattern, the Nikkei would be the highs right around. It's either March 23rd, 24th, or the 25th. I can't figure out which one it might be. I'm going to go ahead and use the conservative one. I'll use this. It's going to be the high. I think it looks like it's the 25th. So if we use a time zone from that to the one right out here. The next high was April 10th. Looks like about a 1.272 expansion. That 3-drive pattern, if it was going to complete, really should have happened on April 28th. It did not. It took place out here on April 23rd. To me, that's a little bit suspect with regard to that pattern. Hey, nonetheless, on a 3-drive, what will happen is price is going to come back to that first low of that drive out there. That's saying that area of April Fool's Day, April 1st inside the Nikkei, would be the important level to be taking a look at out here. We also know that inside the Nikkei, price has gotten to an extreme overbought condition. It's really done its job. It's done the most bullish thing that it could do, which is to work off that condition by, in essence, working sideways. Because the highest overbought point was on March 23rd. That high was 19,778. By the way, last night, the low out here inside the Nikkei, 19,399, closed at 19,540. So in essence, it's done a fabulous job of not really moving anywhere in a price to unwinding that overbought condition out there. So actually, it's extremely bullish when we take a look at the Nikkei. If we go take a look at what's going on over in Europe this morning, let's start off with the DAX. The DAX having a real tough day last Thursday out here, April 29th. I believe that was last Wednesday. Then Thursday, a little doji candle out here, was closed on Friday. So today's its first day back. It's up nicely point-wise here. But the reality is it's confirmed that it completed an A to B equals CD to the downside. That pattern looked like this. Let's take a look at it. It might have been more than a 1-1. I can't recall. Let's go find out. The A point somewhere right around that high on April 10th. Maybe it was the following day. April 17th is your B point, C point out here on April 21st. Yeah, it makes the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. To the downside. No real bullish reversal signal here as of yet. If we get a close today, we'll call it above 11,600. You're at 11. Oh, you're at 11,600. Let's call it 11,675. If you get a close above that, then you've got a Morningstar reversal signal after the end of an A to B equals CD pattern. That would be how I would teach you how to buy the D point out there. But at this stage here, it does not look like a Morningstar pattern just yet. But a lot of time left in its trading session. If we look at the FTSE, what we know about the FTSE out here is that on a Friday last week, what we know is that it closed above its resistance, now support of its 1999 highs out there. That's the yellow line going across my screen at 69.50.60. If in fact price drops below that level, then it's potential that it's a false breakout of a extremely long-term consolidation. Otherwise, it's got a lot of room to run to the upside out there. That's what's going on inside of the FTSE. Let's go take a look at our markets. Let's start off by taking a look at the daily contracts here for each of the futures contracts. If we take a look at the upper left-hand corner, that's going to be the Russell 2000. Let's start off with the Russell 2000. We're looking at the June contract out here. We can see Stevie had a nice little rising price channel. It's not mine, but it's the one that the Russell 2000 was traveling in. Broke through that price channel out there. Did it on the trading day of April 27th. Came back, tested on April 28th, and then ba-boom, April 29th, move lower. Move lower with conviction for 2 solid days out there. What we can see here is we really have, here's the deal with regard to this pattern, with regard to this candlestick pattern out here. It actually could be forming a very large A to B equals CD to the downside. And we'll know that if we see it close below the low, I got to put the what that low is. I got to put that little box up on my screen. Otherwise, it makes it very difficult for you and I to figure out what that is. That's the low of last week, Wednesday. That price point is that's Thursday. My apology. That price point is 1211.50. I'll get it together. Don't worry. 1211.50. You'd actually have not today. It would be tomorrow that you would actually have a continuation pattern. Most reversal signals, most candlesticks. Well, you've got like 35 candlesticks. Half of them mean diddly. They mean absolutely nothing out there. So you can do all kinds of reading on the internet, and you'll spend all kinds of time frustrating yourself out there. That's what you'll do. If you'd like to really learn Japanese candlestick charting, come on over to the homepage at tfnn.com or send me an email. We'll get you lined up for one of the awesome classes that help you condense decades into days, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing this coming Thursday. Only we're going to be taking a look at the psychology of trading, the psychology of life, so to speak, out there in decision making, and the things that truly are going to influence your decisions out there. It's going to be an extraordinary course. We've never done this before. Certainly, I've never done this before out here, but it's something that I absolutely have a passion about. So it's going to be a great time. All different kinds of ways for you to be able to attend. You can come on over to the homepage at tfnn.com. You can sign up for the course, $97. I mean, come on. That is nothing. Compared to the information, actually, that I'm going to share with you, it's cost me tens of thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of hours, but I'm going to condense that down, really into two workshops, this Thursday and next Thursday, 6:30 to 7:15. So really going to be doing it in a concise manner out there. Don't worry if you can't attend live. It'll be available to you on an archive. You can also attend if you've never been a subscriber to Mastering Probability. Come on over to the homepage, tfn.com. Test drive that for 30 days. You get access to the workshop, and of course, all of the current subscribers they're already in. Now, when you break through a rising price channel, says price is going to go gravitate down to its next support level. Well, we take a look at swing points, you and I, because that's where, as Tom likes to say, squawk, walk, and talk out there, release information to us. Price typically travels either up or down to those levels. That's what makes that 100% move of a move out there. In this case here, that's really what has taken place, and that price has got back to the March 26th area, and also, in this case, March 10th as a second set of swing points in the Russell 2000. Nothing here looks bullish to me when we take a look at the Russell 2000. Trading below market profiles out there, so nothing is bullish there. If we take a look at the Dow futures, a different story out here. Well, I say slightly different story, really. If we take a look at the Dow futures, two competing trends out here. There was the rising price channel. That's the yellow line. Prices back inside that. There was this correction sub-channel that price was in. Those are the red diagonal lines on my screen. That has acted as really significant resistance with the exception of one single day, April the 28th, when price got above that, also closed above its market profile high, but then boom, the next day, no confirmation. You like to see confirmation. We didn't get it out here. Now we just see that price is kind of gradually trading sideways. Price right now, as you can see, if we really try to blow this up on my screen out here, that's trying to blow it up. You can see price is just really the body of the candle, the essence of price out there, traveling right into the top of resistance. If sellers have control of this market, inside the Dow, they don't really have control. Price is really trading with inside its market profile out there. But if they do, this is the point in time when they're going to go ahead and they're going to flex their muscles out there. Otherwise, expect the price of the Dow futures to go test 18,050 out there. We'll have to see how it can handle that level. If we take a look at the S&P futures out here, its daily contract, we're going to see nothing more than a sideways consolidation pattern. That level, that high, 2109, is what I'm gauging to use as a potential breakout area. Of course, what the S&P is going to have to do now is take out the highs of April 27th if it truly is going to break out. That high, by the way, is priced out at 2119.75. Otherwise, what do we have right now? Give me a moment here to move that. Okay, what do we have right now? Price just traveling right into the top of the consolidation. So far, intra-session high, 2108.75, and 2109 is a muy importante resistance level. You close above that, that's going to make the sphincter muscle of any bear tighten up pretty quickly. If we take a look at the NASDAQ out here, the NASDAQ also was traveling inside a consolidation, broke out, came back, tested it, but when it tested it, it rejected that breakout big time on April 30th, but price now is back above 44.73. That is another key number to be watching inside of the NASDAQ futures contract on the daily basis. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back, folks. Do you know the 7 most critical factors that influence every decision you make, and how not knowing these will jeopardize the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve? I'm Steve Rhodes, morning host at TFNN.com, and for the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets of human growth, the same formulas used by leaders of nations, billionaires and millionaires, and the most successful athletes on the planet. Would you like to break through any obstacle that gets in between you and the success you deserve? Would you like to turn fear into strength? If you could find a way to achieve, be fulfilled, and live a life of meaning, wouldn't you want to know the answer? I'll teach you the factors that control your state of mind and the drivers that impact every thought, emotion, behavior, and action we take in my new webinar, The Psychology of Trading. Join me for this 2-part online event where I'll unveil the secrets to human pattern recognition, because they're not what you think. And soon, you'll have the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on The Psychology of Trading to begin your journey now.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. TigerTV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at the NQ out here. I think John Logan was off today. I didn't sit down in the chair till after just after 9, so I didn't catch the first hour or the 8 to 9 o'clock show out here. So let's go take a look at the NQ because, as I mentioned, just as we were going into the breakout, I'll go back to the daily here real quickly. NASDAQ here, if we take a look at it, let me. You can see the daily box out here up at the 4463 level. And so prices above that and prices right now above the consolidation. I'm going to just turn off these profiles here for a moment and actually turn off the Fibonacci just so it's a clearer picture out here. So and the reason is because it's clearly a 200-point consolidation that we're dealing with. And price right now, if price closes with conviction day above 44.73, what that says to you and I, and it can do this during the day, by the way, it can get up and at least test the, let me turn this back on, the most recent high. Let's take this, put my data window out here. So the high out there is 45.55 out there. So any close above 44.73, you have to expect that that's what it's going to do. Now remember, a 200-point consolidation break would take it to a projected price of about 46.73. So just out of curiosity, there's a number of different A to B equals CD patterns that actually could be setting up here on the daily chart. You can see one was already completed, the 1 to 1.272. So that's what took us into that 45 45.55 level. That actual price projection was 45.65. Now I'm going to turn that A to B equals CD off. That completed. Now what we've got, now what we've got is a retracement of that C to D leg, right? So if we take a look at it, let's go take a look at that potential pattern out here. And our A point, well, I'll tell you where the A point was. Price-wise, it was 43.24. That was the April 17th low. The high out here from April 27th. So if price is able to stay above 44.73, don't know whether it will or not today, but if it does, and if it gets into that 45, that candle from April 27th, the low there, by the way, 45.09, if it closes inside there, it's going to go test the 45.55 level. Not guaranteed, but pretty darn good with regard to the guarantee. And if it can bust above that level, 46.18. 46.18 is not going to complete that measured move, but the next move, 46.80, would. A 1 to 1.272, which just completed the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD. So what I would say to you is if that high of 45.50 gets taken out, the expectation ought to be that price is going to go ahead and complete that 200-point consolidation move, and it's going to complete that 1 to 1 or 1 to 1.272, which is more likely the case, A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, that's what the daily contract is showing us right now. If we go take a look at 6 time frames here, using our TAS market profiles, this is the Dow. Let me go change over to the NQ, make that a little bit easier out here. So let's put in the NQ. Out here, upper left is 30-minute, middle is 60, upper right is 120, bottom left is 240, center bottom is the 300-minute chart, and the bottom right is the daily. And if we take a look at the 30-minute chart, long and strong out here. In fact, long and strong inside the 30-minute chart, well above market profiles. If we just simply take a look at the our Chapman wave counts out here, you know, once you get to, when my system shows you H, it tells you you've gotten above that 7th wave, that G level out there, just to let you know that, hey, that 7th wave pattern has just been recycled out here. It's only in its 2nd wave on the way up. This says that it's got higher to run here, at least this morning, at least for probably the next hour and a half, 2 hours or so. We'll see if, in fact, it can do that. But, you know, you're above profiles. You've got, you know, anyways, it's looking pretty strong as we speak right now out of the gate. The 60-minute, that's above its profile, so that's in bullish mode. 120-minute, the same thing out here. In fact, the 120-minute could also, just on the 120-minute time frame, we could be seeing an A to B equals CD pattern out here. I don't have that tool on here. Why don't I? Let's add that. Well, I guess I don't because I was just trying to keep a clean chart. So I won't even do, I'm not going to go mess with that. Let's just take a look at retracements. That we can do. Let's come for that retracement high back here at about 10 o'clock in the morning or so, April 27th, down to the low out here at April 30th, around 2. You can see we're short. We're in between the 0.382 and 0.618. Stairway to heaven, by the way. 44.91 would be that number. I would have to say more likely it looks like it would be an A to B equals CD to the upside, taking it to 45.20. Of course, I believe on the daily chart, that gets you inside the daily candle out there. And you know, that says you go test that 45.55 level. So that's what's going on the 120-minute time frame. Nothing bearish about its pattern as we take a look at it right now. That takes us down to that 4-hour chart. Now, on the 4-hour chart out here, hey, its head is running into resistance. So this is pretty cool for you and me, because if we take a look at I'll give you the exact numbers out here. The top of that box is 44.82. So there's a level. You're trading at 44.82 right now. Same level on the 300-minute chart out here. So if sellers are going to do anything, this is where they'll flex their muscle. Any close above that 44.82 level says the NASDAQ continues to move higher, lift the tide, lift the boats higher out there. That daily, it's above that profile as well. We've covered that. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization optimization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of tfnn.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you're like me, you see the world's emerging nations as a very real opportunity, as these countries and their economies are developing right before our eyes. And you can rest assured that Everbank has spotted this opportunity too. In fact, they just recently unveiled the new 5-year market-safe Future Economies CD. This is a CD that could really deliver, but you have only until May 7th to take advantage. Consider the facts. If the Future Economies currencies beat the US dollar over the CD term, you'll get all of the upside. And should they lose? No worries. There's zero downside risk here, as you'll still get back 100% of your deposited principal. Intrigued yet? The May 7th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN-CD for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN-CD. Everbank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow up 44 points, trade at 18,069. S&P is up 7 at 2115. The Composite's up 20 points at 5,025. Russell 2000 up 4 at 1232. DAX up 143. FTSE up 25. Gold up 14 bucks. Silver up 49 cents. Light sweet crude back 26 cents as we speak right now. Leading the charge to the upside, it is Cognizant Technologies. CTSH is the ticker symbol, up 7.5%, up $4 and change. Amazing Amazon up 277, trading at 425.64. LinkedIn up a couple bucks, trading out at 207. Baidu up about $3, trading at 205. Tesla's up 350. Auto Home up $1.55. To the downside, leading the charge is Spark Therapeutics. Once ONCE is its ticker symbol, down $11, down 18% this morning. Bluebird Biotech off about $6. BLU E is the ticker symbol. Syngenta down $5. Salesforce.com off $1. F5 Networks off $1. McDonald's down $1.27. Boeing off 83 cents. Solar City down about $0.50 out here. No big deal out there. Let's go take a look at mentioned gold was trading higher. Silver was trading higher. Let's go take a look at it. If we take a look at Goldilocks, and there is some howling at the moon out here. We do have a full moon came in late last night. I don't remember the exact time, but sometime around 10 something, I believe, out there was when the actual full moon itself. So hopefully you got a chance to see that in the skies. But we can see here with regard to gold, we can see that so far that inter-session high, which is 1191, is run right smack dab into that resistance point of its descending price channel, which it did break out above, got back inside it a couple of days ago, came back, tested the swing point from all the way back here on the trading day of November the 7th out here. Gold at this stage, maybe this is the beginning of a breakout. We didn't have much of an initiation move last full moon. Happens, it only works 80% of the time. Those are pretty darn good odds if you ask me. We'll see if right now it's right up against the resistance level. If it can break above this, then it says that we ought to go see the highs at least get tested. Recent highs being 12.15 out here, 12.1490 to be exact. That's what's going on inside of gold. If we go take a look at silver out here, silver right now trading out at $16.61 out here. Silver got hit. This is the daily chart for silver. This thing got hit a bit higher. Well, let's get rid of this descending price channel. Now, that was so narrow anyways. Instead, what we've really got is a consolidation inside of silver. Price came back, tested its swing point from back on March the 11th. That high was tested, 1573. It was tested back on April 24th. We've seen a rejection of that swing, but really just kind of sideways action out here. Positive side, it's trading above its market profile resistance of 1639, but the day is not over. If it can close above that, says, hey, you go revisit the highs out here from March 26th, and that high is about $17.40 out there. Let's go take a look at light sweet crude, back 30 cents right now, trading at 58.85. What is it doing? It's trading in a nice little rising price channel out here. It's trading into the top of its resistance. It has resistance level at around the 58.83 level. The actual top of that box is 58.82 to be exact, as long as price stay. Like if price breaks below that, it's the bottom of this rising price channel that should act as support. If it doesn't, then we could see price pull back to 56.71, 55.30, and that is on light sweet crude out there. Let's go look at the currency pairs. What do we have going on in currency land? Let's go take a look at the euro Japanese yen. So take a look at your favorite currency pair and mine. This thing has been strong like bull. There is no bear in sight as we speak just yet. Of course, what that means is that the euro Japanese yen is very likely to head up to its swing point from back in the February timeframe, February 12th to be exact. 136.69 is that price point. I expect that if price gets up there, it's going to take a rest. It can take a rest now. It's at the 0.786 retracement level, but thus far, no signals that that's what it wants to do. So it's been a strong move. It cut through that 0.382 retracement level like Kerrygold butter with a nice warm knife. Of course, it's done the same thing to the 0.618. Slowed down a bit as it got up to this 0.786 hurdle out here, but again, nothing bearish about it at 9:39 a.m. on May the 4th out there. If we go take a look at the euro versus the U.S. dollar index, also we'll see this strong like bull. What it has is a resistance level right up here at the top of its descending price channel. I suspect that is where it's going to run into its real resistance level. That's going to be somewhere in the 114-ish area, so we'll continue to watch that. Nothing bearish about this, about the candlestick patterns that are out here as we speak right now. So similar looking to the euro, to the euro Japanese yen currency pair. If we go take a look at the Great British Pound versus the U.S. dollar index, up just slightly this morning. Now this thing here is going in the opposite direction. It's been pulling back. It's been putting strength inside the U.S. dollar index. Now retracement-wise, it came into this 0.382 retracement, which is $1.51. It came back in. Well, I think that's it. Let me see out here. Yeah, that's it. Came back in that area with kind of with conviction, not kind of, with conviction. Wide-ranging bar to the downside. It does say that, to me, it looks like Great British Pound wants to make its way down to the 0.618 retracement level around the 149-ish level out there. That's what's going on inside that currency pair. All right, we got the currency pairs, the soft ones. We got the hard ones, gold and silver. Of course, we got that nice slick metal out there, light sweet crude. It's not a metal commodity. Let's go take a look at some stocks that are moving and grooving out here. Let's go take a look at Tesla. Tesla moving up front. It's up $6 and change, up about 3%. Tesla out here, what do we know about it? Well, it broke its descending price channel. That was a descending trend line as well. That was a trend going back to September the 4th. It broke through that trend with a little bit of a gap up on April the 8th. Moved sideways for about 6, 7, 8, 9 trading sessions. Now it looks like it is in the process of trying to form an A to B equals CD to the upside out here. There's already one that's in play. Let's go take a look at it. But it really didn't do much of a retracement. Your A point March 27th. Your B point out here looks like on April the 13th. Your C point April 17th. Yeah, pretty not a 0.382 retracement. 30% retracement. I would say more likely than not, Tesla's going to get out, test its high from April 27th, and in fact, catapult that high and get up to the 243.70. Not out of the question for Tesla to make a move to 250.77 out there. That is your 0.618 retracement. Whoops, that's your 0.618 retracement level off of that high that we were using to identify our trend line. That's the high from the trading day of September the 4th out there. That's what's going on inside of Tesla. To also move to the upside, you've got amazing Amazon up $5 this morning. What is Amazon doing now? Amazon here gapped up. Huge sign of strength out here on the trading day of April 24th. Pulled back. It's inside of the, has not closed that gap. Doesn't necessarily need to close that gap. Makes it pretty difficult to trade if you were trying to get in on a long trade inside of Amazon. If we put this on a weekly chart out here, because you're inside the gap, you just don't know, hey, where's price going to stop? But let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart, what a thing of beauty. How about this for trend lines out here? Take a look at Amazon, long-term trend line, weekly chart. You go back to 2008, you begin that trend line. That's the white diagonal line coming across my screen. When Amazon was really falling apart, it was only coming back to the ideal buy area if you wanted to be long Amazon, which was that trend line. Why do I say ideal? Because, hey, if it broke through there with any kind of conviction, it would tell you the trend is over. Guess what? The trend ain't over. And if we take a look at the weekly candle and the weekly swing point, which looks like it is the week that began January 20th. Let's see, that high was 408.06. 408.06 is the number out there, 408.06. The week that began January 20th had 12 million shares, and price moved through it with 38 million shares out there. That is strong like a bull. Amazon could be setting up, you don't even want to hear what I tell you what Amazon could be setting up probably on an A to B on a weekly chart. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge when you take a look at it. Did I say huge out there? Because really, if you're going to put an A to B equals CD pattern together on a weekly basis for Amazon, your A point's all the way back here in December 2011. And your B point, which we know it's crossed with conviction, is out here from that week that began January 20th. And your C point is all the way down here on January 12th. That says that Amazon really on the longer term basis, 526.34. Unless selling comes into this equity, I make the case 591 is where price would actually head up to. But we take things one day at a time, one moment at a time out there. That's what's going on inside Amazon. Let's take a look at Biogen. Just coming down the left-hand side of my, I didn't get to Cognizant Technologies. I should not overlook something that is so nice looking here this morning. Now, we can see that this is actually, looks like trying to take out its all-time high. Maybe it's already done that here today. The all-time high being, well, let me put this on a daily chart out here. Let's do that. Daily. Where the daily? There we go. There's our daily chart out here. Daily chart will tell us if it's taking out that high and doing it with volume. Yeah, it is taking out that high. So now you got an new all-time high. It's a B point of an A to B equals CD. The upside is March the 20th, 5.4 million shares there. You're up already with 1.6 million shares today. So another equity that is strong like bull. Where's this thing headed to? Hey, let's just use the conservative hammer candle as our A point down there. You picked it out. That's a trading day on February 2nd. There's your A point. Your B point out here on March the 20th. Your C point of your lightning bolt. Let's see, the low 58.38, 58.35. That was Friday's action. Action Jackson out here. That says this price point objective 69.71, maybe even more like 72.80. So long as she closes up 64.69 to the upside. That is Cognizant Technology. Hey, we got to go over to the bearish case out here. We got to go over to some things getting hammered. We don't have to, but let's at least give them their due. Spark Therapeutics, once upon a something or other, down $11 out there, trading out at 47.82. I don't see why, meaning I don't see any news behind it. That doesn't mean it's not there, but down 18%. This thing is, this is a IPO, just coming back to visit its eye out here. Its debut day, which was a price point of 40.16 to, that's the low, and the high was 51.90. You're trading inside there. Says, hey, guess what? Actually, you probably go down and you test that low out there once. ONCE is the ticker symbol. Let's look at Blue Bird Bio. BLUE is the ticker symbol out here. It's trading down about 7.5%, down $10 and change, moving down into its market profile support level. If it can, also you got a little, looks like hammer candle, but it's not. I was just joshing you out there. And the reason why it's not a hammer candle is no defined trend on the downside. But it is a swing point, which is April 20th. But really, this thing here just kind of consolidating sideways-ish. Pretty decent volume today, 285,000 shares. The swing's got 1 million shares and another one of 926. So needs to hold this support of 128.64 today. Otherwise, really could come all the way back to the breakout. This is a ticker symbol BLUE. It might give you the blues, but all it would be doing is coming down into that breakout somewhere around the 101.50 area. Let's take a look at Syngenta. SYT is the ticker symbol of $5, down 6.75% out here. You know, not a lot of volume, not a lot of anything on this chart. Let's just skip it out here. No reason to be spending, no reason I can see to be spending a lot of time. But let's go. Let me illuminate you by taking a look at Illumina. ILMN is the ticker symbol, down $2.60. That's about 7%, believe it or not. But what is it doing? Not much. If we take a look at Illumina, it looks like this thing has been trading. Yeah, there we go. There's your sideways movement out here. Prices had a nice sign of strength out here. It's had had a sign of strength back on October 21st. 3.7 million shares, wide price spread. Had a sign of strength out. No, had a sign of weakness on the trading day of April 22nd. About 5 million shares to the downside, but it didn't get down to test the breakout level out there. So doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. Looks like right now price just trading in between 174 to probably about the 196-ish type range out there. That is ticker symbol ILMN. Let's see, what else looks of interest here on our charts. Let's see, you got Green Mountain Coffee Roast. Just haven't looked at that in what seems like forever. I see this Bud is for you. Let's go take a look at this Bud is for you. BUD is the ticker symbol Budweiser. I don't see any earnings or anything, but it's down a couple of bucks. What is Budweiser doing? Just that consolidation dance out there. The 3-month boogie shuffle or so, a 4-month. We're in a 5-month boogie shuffle out here. You got Budweiser consolidating between the prices of about 118 to about the 127 level out here. If it can break through that 118, that would spell trouble, double trouble out here. But of course, if we take a look at Budweiser, had that nice little island bottom reversal pattern. You sure like to see that in a equity, especially in equity. Here's your island bottom that formed here on the trading days of January 5th, January 7th, and January 6th out there. There's your island. The island actually forming the session prior, meaning January 2nd in 2015, as well as January 8th, and then price moved to the upside. That's the way those island bottoms and or tops are supposed to work out there. If we take a look at, you got the Dow's up 78, the S&P is up 9. Let's go back and take a look at the, what do we want to take a look at? Let's go back here, take a look at those TAS boxes here. Let's look at, you got price right now, 30-minute, that's 240. That doesn't end until It's 4 hours till 12 noon out here. But if we take a look at the NQ, things are moving up pretty nice. So you know what we'll do when we come back from this break? Let's go take a look at the Summation Index. Let's go see where prices are at for the New York Stock Exchange, where they're at for the NASDAQ Composite. Who's in charge as we speak right now? Is it buyers? Is it sellers? Is it the bulls or the bears? This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Do you know the 7 most critical factors that influence every decision you make, and how not knowing these will jeopardize the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve? I'm Steve Rhodes, morning host of TFNN.com, and for the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets of human growth, the same formulas used by leaders of nations, billionaires and millionaires, and the most successful athletes on the planet. Would you like to break through any obstacle that gets in between you and the success you deserve? Would you like to turn fear into strength? If you could find a way to achieve, be fulfilled, and live a life of meaning, wouldn't you want to know the answer? I'll teach you the factors that control your state of mind and the drivers that impact every thought, emotion, behavior, and action we take in my new webinar, The Psychology of Trading. Join me for this 2-part online event where I'll unveil the secrets to human pattern recognition, because they're not what you think. And soon, you'll have the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on The Psychology of Trading to begin your journey now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Basil Chapman has just announced 2 live workshops that he'll be hosting April 28th and May 5th that only subscribers to his opening call will gain access to. On April 28th, Basil will host a 45-minute live online workshop, The Essentials of the Chapman Wave, where he'll teach the basics of the Chapman Wave notation that Basil created and uses daily in his trading and newsletter recommendations. On May 5th, Basil will host a second 45-minute workshop where this time he'll revisit the 1929 market comparison webinar and provide his attendees with an updated take on the socio-economic trends Basil has spotted currently taking place. If you're an opening call subscriber already, then your seat is already reserved. If not, then sign up for a 30-day free trial to the opening call today. You get a month of Basil's daily newsletter, The Opening Call, along with 2 live workshops coming up. Don't miss out on this offer. Sign up for Basil Chapman's Opening Call newsletter today on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Steve Rhodes as he teaches techniques on technical analysis using pattern recognition, celestial charting, Fibonacci, and other tools. The Trader's Edge, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 87. S&P is up 11 points. Composite's up 32. Russell's up 7 points this morning. DAX up 172. FTSE's up 25. So let's go check in. I mentioned we'd go take a look at the summation index for all three of the indices that we follow out here. So the left-hand panel is the New York Stock Exchange. The center panel is the NASDAQ Composite. Dow is in the right-hand panel. The Dow, I got a call, I think it was Friday morning. Mike, I believe, up in the Northeast, he was looking at taking, he was trying to take a long position inside the Russell. I suggested he look over towards something that was stronger than the Russell, such as the Dow. We used as the reason why I say that was stronger was simply because we saw that the price oscillator was above the zero line. Was not the case inside the New York Stock Exchange, was not the case inside of the NASDAQ Composite. And that just simply was telling us that buyers were in control out there. Now, if we see and when we take a look at the New York Stock Exchange and the Composite as we speak right now, remember using this on an intraday basis is a little bit suspect out there. On a daily close basis, though, it tells you, because it's the referee out here, it tells you who's in control, buyers or sellers. So if we see the New York Stock Exchange get above that zero line, I don't remember the exact number. It was like about 1,700 net advancing issues or so that was needed out there. If we look at it right now, and I could be wrong. I'm sure that I'm wrong on the number. But if we take a look at it right now, you're at about 1,300 net advancing issues. But you can see really close to that zero line. Any close above that, bulls are in control. If we take a look at the NASDAQ Composite, it's getting awfully darn close as well. At the end of the day, if all three of those are out there, then you're going to go make a run for the highs. What does that mean? Well, if we take a look at the long-term charts out here, the highs inside the NASDAQ would say you could get up to that 5119 level again. And quite frankly, I would have to say if we take a look at our weekly horizontal trading range boundary lines, 5190, 248 is really the next level of PS de resistance out there. So, folks, if you're off to start your Monday, thanks so much for joining us here at TFNN. Don't forget, I've got this fantastic, extraordinary workshop, the psychology of trading, but it's much, much more than that. This is a course you absolutely will want to attend. So stay tuned. Tom O'Brien will be up with his Market Minute, and I'll be back in about 10 with the second hour of the Trader's Edge. Take care, folks.